Hey guys, it's Gorizard here. So today we're going to be covering the Heisei Godzilla films, the DVD and Blu-ray collection that I've collected over the years, both official and unofficial bootleg movies that I've gotten. So without further ado, let's start with the official DVD releases of the Heisei Godzilla films. So here's the Hong Kong DVD for Return of Godzilla, or Godzilla 1984, as some of you know it as. Funny thing about this, how I got this copy about literally 10 years ago, the more I think about it. Yeah, around 2009. And this was before I found out that region codes existed on DVDs and Blu-rays. So I got this thinking that this would play on my American DVD player. And once I popped it in, it didn't work. So I was very disappointed. So I was forced to get a bootleg, which I'll get into in just a moment. So yeah, I was very disappointed with this at first. And then a few years later, I learned how to decode and rip DVDs. And now I can watch this anytime I want. But since now we officially have an official DVD and Blu-ray of 84, this release seems kind of unnecessary. For a while, I thought I sold this to a video store, and then one day, a few years ago, I just found it laying in my closet. I'm like, oh, well, it's kind of a nice price, so it's nice that, you know, it's there, that I have it. Yeah. And here's the Sony DVDs for the 90s Godzilla films. Lazy release from Sony, full screen version. I thought that the Spanish dub for Mechagodzilla 2 was going to be on the Sony DVD release. And here's the original pricing for it. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, and here's my receipt. The reason why I thought the Spanish dub was going to be on here is because I saw it on Stars at one point, and it even aired on Telemundo at one point. That was actually how I saw Mechagodzilla 2 for the first time, in Spanish on Telemundo. Unfortunately, I lost that tape, so unfortunately the Spanish dub is with Toho or Sony, whoever. Space Godzilla Destroyer. Weirdly enough, this one has Spanish subtitles for some reason. I don't know why they didn't include that on the other releases. And yeah, I have an extra copy of Space Godzilla and Destroyer. This one I didn't get. A friend of mine, she got this for me for Christmas, not knowing that I already had the movie. And as you can see, it is still in its wrapping. I haven't found the need to unwrap it and watch it because, like I said, I already own it, and I have the Blu-ray, so, you know, once you're exposed to HD, it's really hard to go back to, you know, standard definition. So, okay, now we're going to the official Blu-ray releases for the Heisei films. So, here's the Kraken Blu-ray for 84. Here's the official Blu-ray release for Violante from Miramax and Echo Bridge. This was the original release from 2012 that I got. This is in the Lionsgate version, so yeah. I don't know what the difference is between this one and the Lionsgate version, so somebody, if you could tell me in the comment section, I would greatly appreciate it. So here's Ghidorah and Mothra. I'm a tad bit disappointed with the Sony Blu-ray releases because I thought that Sony was going to release the Japanese cuts, meaning with the Japanese texts and end titles and all that, but they're just the Sony cuts, where all of that I just mentioned were cut and replaced with English text. Or at the very least, I thought they were going to release the international versions, like they did with Destroyer and Space Godzilla, for all the Heisei films, but for some reason they didn't do that, so that's kind of disappointing. And half of these movies, well, I know Megagears is not a Heisei film. Well, technically it is a Heisei film, but it's not a part of the Heisei versus series, but blame Sony for pairing it with a Heisei film. Anyways, as I was saying, some of the subtitles for the Sony Heisei Godzilla films are not even accurate. Most of them are either dub titles or a combination of both. Like Mothra, it's a combination of its accurately translated subtitles and dub titles, but a majority of them are just dub titles, which is very disappointing. And I know 98 is not a Heisei film, but it was produced and released in 1998, around that era when the Heisei films, ended. So I felt like it's kind of fitting that I also included on this video. And yes, this is the 2013 mastered in 4K version. Am I gonna get the official 4K version? I'm not sure yet. I saw a comparison video, and I was actually pretty impressed with it. It's surprisingly brighter than the mastered in 4K Blu-ray, but I feel like the mastered in 4K version kind of has natural colors to it, where the 4K version seems like it just increased the brightness and the saturation just a tiny bit. So maybe if it's like $7 somewhere down the future, maybe I'll get it, maybe not. Now we're moving on to the bootlegs, and we're starting off with the DVDs. So after the Hong Kong DVD didn't work, I ended up getting this one. And oh my god, this one took 3 months to ship. And I thought for a while that I got gypped, that I got ripped off, they stole my money. And then this goddamn thing arrived in the mail 3 months after I had already bought a copy from Sumo Gorilla. I don't have that copy anymore. I gave it to a friend. But yeah, this one came. It's the Japanese cut, as it says right there. Original Japanese uncut version without Raymond Burr. And it's okay. It's essentially the DVD, the Toho DVD. What's really cool is that they added artwork. But Jesus Christ, 3 months? I was pissed when this arrived in the mail 3 months after I ordered it. Very unprofessional. I messaged the dude after like 2-3 weeks of waiting, and they said one dude is making this, so please be patient. But still, 3 months, that's, if I did a Yelp review on that website, which I forgot the name of, definitely give it some rating lower than 0 stars. Now this one, it is the international English dub version. By some miracle, I found it on ioffer.com. And then, wouldn't you know it, a few months later, Kraken announces their release of the Japanese version along with the same English dub version that's on this one. And yeah, well, I made a copy of the Hong Kong DVD, which is region-free. I can watch it anytime. And then here's the international English dub. Still, I was kind of pissed that I didn't wait a few months until they announced Kraken's release of that version. Here's another copy of Godzilla 84. This one's from VS. And the more I think about it, I think Godzilla 84 is the one Godzilla movie that I have the most copies for. And it's not on purpose. I mean, I love the movie. It's one of my favorites from the Heisei era. But, yeah, weirdly enough, it's the one Godzilla film that I have the most copies for. And this one comes with a semi-HD version of the American version, Godzilla 1985. I say semi-HD because it was ripped from a TV broadcast from an HD channel, so it's on here. So here's Violante, also from VS. This one actually comes with the English dub as well, so that's a cool option. The rest of the Heisei films that I got from VS don't come with the dub for some reason. So I don't know how they decide, okay, this one's going to come with the dub, but then this one is not, etc., etc. And these all come with the soundtracks. I forgot to mention that. A lot of the products from VS, they also come with a little CD-ROM hidden in the discs. And the CD-ROM includes the soundtracks, which, props to them. Major thanks to them. Any soundtracks that I upload on YouTube is completely owed to VS, or Mr. K, as I like to refer to him. So, all thanks to him. I mainly got these DVDs from VS for the special features so I can upload them. And I found out I couldn't because of Toho's stupid copyright thing. Well, anyways, now we're moving on to the Blu-rays of the Heisei films, the bootleg Blu-rays. Again, from the same store, VS. Here's the Toho bootleg for Ghidorah. I didn't get the Blu-rays for 84 and Biollante because there's already official releases for those films here. So there's a Mothra. I've been getting a lot of questions. Do you ever think Criterion or somebody will ever release a unified collection of the Heisei and Millennium films? And my answer is maybe. I wouldn't say it's impossible, because look at the Showa films. We managed, Criterion managed to achieve the impossible by gathering all those films and putting them into one package under one distributor. So I don't think it's impossible that the same might happen to the Heisei and Millennium films one day. And my second answer would be, it seems unlikely, at least for the next maybe 10, 20, 30 years. And it's very unlikely that I think Criterion will be the one unifying the Heisei and Millennium films into one box set, because it seems that the Showa films are more culturally significant and Criterion worthy, whereas opposed to the Millennium films and the Heisei films and so on and so forth are more like just monster dribble to them, but to us fans, these are fun films. But yeah, maybe you never know. Maybe one day we'll get a unified Blu-ray set for all these films that hopefully are not the Sony cuts, that are either the full international cuts or the full Japanese cuts. So there you have it. There's my Heisei Godzilla collection. So as you guessed it, next time I'll be covering the Millennium films, the official releases and bootlegs, and the DVDs and Blu-rays for that one. So hope you enjoyed that one, and we'll get into the Millennium films next time. All right, see ya.